Okay, let's start with macros. Macros. 1,707 calories today. 167.9 grams of protein. 133.2 grams of carbs. I honestly forgot to write down what the fat was, but it wasn't a lot. My fats were from almonds and eggs. Let's just go down it real quick, just for documentation purposes. Whey protein, that was 130 calories. AG1, 50 calories. Coffee was 6 calories. 10 ounces of chicken breast, which was 495 calories. 16 almonds. Funny story about the almonds. I'm going to circle back around to that. That was 123.3 calories. 2 eggs, 136.4 calories. 100 grams of spinach, which was 23. Half an apple, which was 38 calories. 14.3 ounces of potatoes, my favorite part of my day. That was 377 calories. 2 prunes. 1 Element Tea electrolyte packet for salt and sodium. That was 5 calories. Legendary Tasty Pastry, which is like a protein Pop-Tart. It is so good. I highly recommend it. If you were a kid growing up enjoying Pop-Tarts, Legendary Tasty Pastry is the shit. I just discovered it, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, and now it's like my favorite protein snack to eat. It's just so tasty. And they have different flavors. What I wish they had, and I feel like they could do it, is like a peanut butter jelly flavor. I think that would just like make my day, but they don't have that yet. One can dream. Super delicious. 20 grams of protein, 170 calories altogether. Finishing off, instant oatmeal, 106 calories. Funny thing about there's a couple funny things that happened. Now that like I'm really operating within this whole 1,700 calorie range, it's really sort of a game to figure out how I can get as close to 1,700 without going over, because I'm doing 5 burpees per calorie. That's over 1,700. And I got to the end of the day, and however I did it, I had 100 calories left to spare. So I was at like 1,598 calories or 1,593. And I'm thinking, okay, so I've gotten, at this point, it was just a question between what is worth 100 calories that I can eat right now that will have any kind of nutritional value. It was like the choice between carbs or protein, and the two options were 110 grams of tuna from a can, or 100 calories. 110 calories from tuna, or 100 calories from instant oatmeal. And it's always easier to go with oatmeal over tuna, because I'm not the type of person where I want tuna to be the last thing in my mouth and stomach before the day is over. It's kind of like demoralizing in a way, for it's like, okay, I am done eating and the last thing I ate was tuna, as opposed to finishing the night with some oatmeal. What's been the interesting habit recently is that like I've been saving the majority of my carbs after my workout. I guess it's because I have enough energy to have a strong, powerful workout without the carbs, and then I replenish with the carbs afterwards. But it's kept me flowing through the day. I've had pretty consistent energy each day ever since I've kind of resorted to the bulk of my carbs coming in later in the day. So I focus on like my protein intake and maybe like some carbs during like morning into early afternoon, which is coming from like fruit, maybe some oatmeal on a different day and things of that nature. One other funny thing that was happening is this is just a digression, I suppose, but I guess the whole thing is a digression. You know, I was about to finish my day at like 1,693 calories, and I was like, yo, I'm just so, I mean, I'm at the end, this is it, I'm not supposed to be eating anymore, but let me have one more almond that was outside of the salad that had been prepared for me by my partner. Thank you again, Christina. So I had like one almond out of my roommate's dry roasted almond bag. Dry roasted almonds, I happen to be a huge fan of. I used to eat them all the time when I first became aware of nutrition and caloric deficits back in 2021. The first time I got shredded. I stopped eating them now because they're a bit too high in calories and not, I mean, honestly, I could incorporate them into my diet again. I just don't, because I'd rather spend it on chicken or protein or carbs. Nuts are more of a fat. Yeah, they have protein, but you can get better protein or more protein from something else. So that's kind of why I don't do nuts as much anymore. Anyway, night's over. It's like 7 o'clock, and I go into my roommate's cupboard, and I see this huge ass bag of dry roasted almonds, which I happen to love. And I open the bag, and I have one, and I put it into my calorie tracker, and it went from 1,693 calories to 1,707 calories, and I was like, what? I gotta do 35 burpees just because I had one fucking almond. I should have checked before I ate the almond to see what it would have come out to, because I probably would have become disinterested. So today was the most amount of burpees I've done, and you know, it is what it is. Thinking about this whole discipline journey, I have been contemplating where I actually see this going. Like, what's the end? What does the end look like? Not so far as where I'll be in my career or in life, but like, what kind of personality am I gonna have? What kind of habits, what kind of behaviors will I be exhibiting throughout the day as a result of this pursuit of a higher level of self-discipline? And just thinking about it, I started becoming more and more aware of the amount of downtime that I'm taking advantage of moments of inactivity, but I'm not really doing anything with those moments instead of just enjoying them. And I see that not lasting. Instead, in order to become as successful as I want to be, setting myself up to depart from my day job and run my own company and be an entrepreneur, I don't really foresee myself having as much downtime for inactivity as I currently am utilizing. And that's the thought that has been occurring now that I am on this self-discipline journey. So it transcends everything. The self-discipline was necessary for me to hit my aesthetic goals, getting to 5%, staying sharp. But it will ultimately be carrying over into other aspects of my life that are actually even more essential than my physical goals. So I guess it's a long time coming. What else? Been taking cold showers. Also part of the whole practice of making myself uncomfortable, doing things I don't want to do, in the effort to train my mind and have better control over what my body does and doesn't do. So I've done 3 cold showers and 1 3-minute session in a cryo tank. If you haven't done a cryo tank, they're pretty fun. It's dry cold, so once it's over, you're no longer cold. Like, they open the tank and it's like being in like a really, 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 really cold freezer for 3 minutes. But I prefer that over a cold plunge. I haven't done that yet. I'm working myself up to it. There is a 24-hour spa that I imagine I will be visiting this weekend to do my first cold plunge ever. And I think that the 3 cold showers and 1 cryo tank that I've already experienced has kind of at least created an expectation of the cold plunge that I'll be doing. I only gotta do it for 2 minutes. And they have a sauna right next door, so I can use the sauna once that's over. But these are the steps that we're making. These are the adjustments that I am implementing to achieve my goals. The cool thing to consider, or at least the thing that I consider, is that everything ties into everything else. The cold showers, the 5 burpees per calorie over 1700, the 1700, the tracking my calories, focusing on my macros, getting as much protein as I can, and making decisions between 100 calories of carbs or 100 calories of protein. All of it becomes part of the entire project. They feed one another. And it also helps with my creativity, if I had to be honest. Tomorrow I have no idea what I'm eating. I'm going to be working in a different part of town for some job obligations. And I don't know what my menu is, but I'm actually kind of excited. Each day that I end eating is like, man, I'm done. I wonder what I'm going to eat tomorrow. It's like something to look forward to. Finishing off the day with water to feel as full as you can. And I've been drinking carbonated water and some diet soda, 0 calories. So I would obviously prefer water over it, but sometimes you just want to taste something. So it's an alternative to not eating additional food. But yeah, we are making progress as always. What else is going on? Anything inspirational? Anything inspirational? When I finished my workout today, actually about 20 minutes before I was done, I felt this familiar elbow pain come back, and that was kind of unfortunate. I can still feel it. So probably when I go back to the gym, I'll just work out with lighter weights, especially when I'm doing things that would aggravate or irritate this area. Biceps, shoulder workouts, even chest workouts, to tell you the truth. I just gotta be careful. But other than that, I feel in the zone. 6 weeks to lose 7 pounds. I'm walking a whole lot. The weather was nice outside, so I spent a lot of time outside walking, even though I should have been working. But I'll be catching up on work. Everything works out. All right, I feel like I'm rambling. This was cool. Making a website. Got to edit my commercial. to put on my website. We're getting somewhere. Yeah. Cool.